My name's Omar White. I am from Bloomington, Indiana, and I attend Indiana University, which is also in Bloomington, Indiana. I'm going to be a junior in the fall, and cool fact, I attend this. I attend. Okay, so I attend Indiana University, which is in my hometown, which is like the town I've lived in like all my life. So yeah. I kind of just remember like at one point in my senior year of high school not knowing what I wanted to do after high school, like go to college obviously, but not know what I wanted to do in college. So like one day it was like I don't know, and the next day I was just like, hey, let's go to Indiana University and let's do computer science and informatics and all that fun stuff. So kind of just one day, just kind of I was just like, yeah, let's do that. And my mother, she has a master's degree from the same school. I think it's human computer interaction, if I remember correctly. And so that kind of played a part of it too. Me and my mom were both kind of nerds, so we like to talk about tech. So it kind of just happened, I guess, organically. My high school had like a couple really crappy computer science courses. There was web design, which was really fun and I enjoyed. And then there was computer programming, which was the worst taught class ever because basically they gave us a teacher who didn't know computer science at all. He was actually like had a business background, and he was kind of just like, hey, we'll make this guy do all the elective classes. So that was kind of the situation, and they just gave us a book and they're like, hey, read this and program some stuff. So if anything, it probably traumatized me more than getting me interested. But beyond that, web design was neat, and so I think through that's kind of how I got initially interested, and I did a lot of web design stuff and just learned on my own. And then from there, just kind of went to college and got immersed. It's all interesting, and if you have any remote interest in computer science, just kind of go for it because there's more than likely going to be something you can do. I think first off, it's just really cool, and you get to do cool things. So, chances are, a career in anything computer related, you won't be doing the same thing every day. You'll get to do something a little different, something kind of cool, nerdy, and just the fact that I'm interested in those kinds of things makes it that much more exciting. But I would just think, just right off the bat, a career in computer science would probably be more interesting than just most careers in general. But that's my bias. As like a contributor to society, I would say a lot of like the most important recent technological innovations have in our lifetimes as young people have come from computer science and technology. So just continuing down that track and kind of continuing on the legacy of innovation that comes with computer science, you'll just inevitably someone in society who works in computer science is going to come up with something, and it's going to be important, it's going to be innovative, and it's going to help people. So that's kind of on a grand scale. And on a smaller scale, I'd like to think that just studying science and stuff like that in computer science, any science really, but just computer science, since that's what we're talking about, you can kind of inspire the next generation to want to do the same thing. And I think that's important, is like teaching people younger than us in the next generation these things and making them excited about it so that they can become, kind of come into themselves and be great as well. So I'm just getting started, so we're still rounding out the specifics. But what we're doing is Dr. Anderson, who I'm working with, is working with another biology professor whose name I do not remember at the moment. But they're collaborating, and the professor, the biology professor, wants to collect some data from some rivers. I don't remember exactly where. But my part in that is that we're using microcontrollers, specifically Arduinos and some sensors, and we're hooking them up, and we're trying to come up with a cheap, kind of low maintenance, low power way to collect data from these rivers and have it report back to some sort of central hub. The issue is that where we're trying to collect data is there isn't like good cell reception. I'm pretty sure there's actually no cell reception. So, we have to figure out a way to get that data from point A to point B. So we're going to have to come up with this network of like what we want to do is come up with like a network of like radio, little teeny, also probably also microcontrolled radios that will kind of take the signal and beam it to all these different points until we get out of this area of dead zone, no reception, and get to somewhere where we can, cell signal it off to where it needs to be so that the data can be processed. But we want it to be in real time. So we want like every 15 minutes or so, we want the little Arduinos to boot up, collect the data, and send it off. A few things. First off, I would say learn how to learn things and research things on your own just through the internet. Like Google will be your friend when you're trying to find certain things and find resources, and just kind of learn how to react when confronted with a problem you don't know the answer. Kind of figure out how to find your own answer first before you go ask somebody, just so you can be self-reliant and stuff like that. Other than that, I would say, don't neglect your math skills, because it'll come back to, just in college in general, it'll come back to bite you in the butt. But especially with computer science, know your math, learn some like logic too, just things like that. And yeah, just kind of, I would say, just find some things that you're interested in now and kind of pursue them on your own and learn them on your own first before you get to college. So that way you kind of hit the ground running and have some background knowledge. Just do what you do. Good teachers who actually care about their students and show their students some love and really want to nurture them, educate them. That kind of like student-teacher relationship, I think, will always result in the student wanting to pursue more knowledge. Nothing specific in mind. I just want to be in a place where I'm doing something fun and interesting that's also challenging and I'm learning new things. But I can't think of specifics. I don't know, like, it'd be cool to maybe work at Google, but like, I don't know. Somewhere fun, something interesting, and something that makes enough money so that I can be comfortable. I would say, one, I would just want to, in general, if this is just anything, just in general, I want to be like remembered and kind of revered as like a really smart, important person in the field. And just people be like, like how people are just like, oh, I love Steve Jobs. Just, man, Omar White was just like, man, like that'd be kind of cool. But I think I'd like to be known for like, if anything, like inspiring young people and teaching young people so that like the next generation, can come and do something great and amazing. Because, you can do of all the things you'll do in your lifetime and whatever you do while you're alive, I think what's even more important is the legacy you leave behind after you've passed. Like, you want people to, you don't only want your accomplishments to be great, but you want them to lead to more great things and inspire other people to, reach their potential and do other things. I'm a big believer that like each coming generation should be like better than the previous, each generation should be better than the previous generation, just because the current generation needs to set things up for the next generation to be able to kind of take the torch and run with it.